Tonight we report on why Spokane County will handle Barry Lukaitis resentencing and Space Burgers make their return at the Grant County Fairgrounds. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Thanks, Alan. Moses Lake baseball sweeps Sunnyside, and Big Bend softball drops 2 to Treasure Valley. Let's take a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Good to be with you, everybody. A strong cold front promising to bring quite unsettled weather to the region. I'll let you know in just a few moments how this could impact the basin.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
The Spokane Prosecuting Attorney's Office is expected to handle Barry Lukaitis' sentencing. Lukaitis, now a 34-year-old man, is serving 2 life sentences and an additional 205 years in prison for killing 3 people in a Frontier Middle School classroom when he was 14. He was tried as an adult and convicted of 2 counts of aggravated murder in the 1st degree, murder in the 2nd degree, and several other counts. In response to a 2012 U.S. Supreme Court decision, the state legislature changed the law so children younger than 16 convicted of aggravated murder could be paroled after 25 years in prison.
You said, nothing more sensitive than this. They went through a trial. Now it's back. I mean, the trial concluded in September of 1997, and here we are in 2015, and now at least we're not talking about another trial. This is strictly a sentencing issue and getting Mr. Lukaitis back before the sentencing court and to issue a sentence that comports with the change in the law.
Prosecutor Garth Dano asked the Spokane County prosecutor to handle the case because Dano was Lukaitis' defense attorney. The Spokane County prosecutor agreed. Dano said he previously represented Lukaitis and considers it a conflict of interest for his office to continue the case. A man can be paroled after being convicted of killing 2 Quincy residents when he was 15. Donald Lambert, a 33-year-old man, was serving a life sentence without the possibility of being paroled for participating in the 1997 murder of Homer and Veda Smithson. Lambert was 15 when he and Adam Betancourt entered the Smithson home after planning to rob and kill the couple. Lambert and Betancourt entered the home and shot 89-year-old Homer Smithson, left, reloaded their guns, returned and shot 88-year-old Veda Smithson. Lambert pleaded guilty to aggravated murder, and he was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled in 2012 juveniles couldn't be sentenced to life without the possibility of parole and triggered a change in legislation requiring Lambert to be sentenced a second time.
So there are no valuable lessons in going through this renewed emotional suffering. But we should at least take this lesson from it, that a part of our system is the part of it that allows the appellate courts and ultimately the United States Supreme Court to determine when laws are unconstitutional.
Lambert was resentenced on Friday to 25 years to life in prison. He is eligible for parole. The Moses Lake School District hired 2 new elementary school principals and is searching for a new high school principal. Superintendent Michelle Price informed the Moses Lake School Board that John Farley and Scott West were hired as the new principals at Midway Elementary and Park Orchard Elementary, effective July 1. Farley has been the principal at Shepherd Elementary in Shepherd, Montana since 2010. He is replacing the retiring Chris Hendricks and has some Washington roots. West comes from his position as principal at Warden Elementary and succeeds Eric Johnson, who is replacing the retired Mark Johnson as Executive Director of Business and Operations for the district. Price announced that Joshua Meek is leaving his position as principal of Moses Lake High School to assume the position of District Assistant Superintendent on July 1st. The district started the process to find his replacement. And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Have you been to iFiber1.com? The most up-to-date news in the Columbia Basin is just one click away. With news, sports, and weather, you can stay in the know with what's going on in your community. Read your news on the go by visiting iFiber1.com on your tablet or even your phone. Follow us on Facebook for quick updates and discuss the news with others in our area. Your #1 news source in the Columbia Basin is iFiber1.com. Check it out today.
Hello everybody, good to be with you. I'm Ceci Gutierrez with your local weather report from the One News Weather Center. And it is brought to you by your Bud Clarity Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. Let's begin with a quick look at your headlines across the area. Cooler air mass to filter into the region behind a cold front, promising to push through the area as we head into this Tuesday. Conditions begin to deteriorate overnight tonight. Wind, rain, and snow across the higher elevations. Conditions right outside your door, overcast skies with readings in the lower 60s, but during the past 24 hours, the high registered at 65, the low 39, and the sun set at around 7:44 this evening. Similar scenario across Moses Lake, and now we'll take a quick look at your conditions right outside your door with cloudy skies, that wind out of the south-southwest at around 15 miles per hour with readings in the lower 60s. Here's what we've been talking about in the headlines: that cold front pushing into the region ahead of this system, all of this unsettled weather with heavy rains and also gray skies moving into the inland northwest portion of the Idaho Panhandle. As the system pushes through the area, we'll notice will be pretty quiet and pretty dry with some cloud cover across the region, and snow showers expected to continue even as we head into this Tuesday morning inland northwest. But overall, the snow activity across the area mountains as we head into Wednesday morning. Very dry air mass expected to filter into place with some cloud cover still lingering over the immediate northwest and some precipitation over the northern Cascades. Here's a quick look at what we are anticipating for this Tuesday afternoon across the area. Ponderay expecting for some precipitation to develop and temperatures in the lower 50s, right around 60 for Yakima. And here's a closer look along our immediate area across the basin for this Tuesday afternoon. We're expecting pretty quiet weather. That front will have already pushed through the area, allowing some cloud cover to linger still, and readings notice around the upper 50s. Right around lower 60s is the normal high for our region for the basin. Pretty breezy conditions with this system or behind this system as we head into Tuesday, gusting up to 35 miles per hour, as well as Tuesday overnight. Dry conditions for the rest of the extended forecast. And notice beautiful weather is in store also for Friday into the weekend with mostly sunny skies. Good to be with you, everybody. Segment brought to you by your Bud Clarity Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. We'll be right back with sports.
Hi.
Hi, I see here on my glasses that it's your sales event.
Yeah, we have low APR financing and some great lease offers. Check out the bold new Camry.
Wow, that's really nice. I gotta get a closer look. Wow, there's so much stuff.
Careful.
If I could just see where I was going.
Right now, you can lease a new 2015 Camry for $199 a month with $750 lease bonus cash. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan.
Now this is cool.
That's easy to see.
Toyota, let's go places.
What's white and yellow and red all over? If you said the local book telephone directory, the one with the purple sunset on the cover, then you're right. In print and online at statewideyp.com, it features up-to-date local maps, community information, and a calendar of events. With a restaurant dining guide with full local menus and a reverse directory, you're sure to find the number you're looking for. It's the best way to get the information you need. Pick up a copy of the local book today or visit statewideyp.com.
Moses Lake swept a doubleheader from Sunnyside to move to 6-3 in the Big Nine standings. It was a lopsided affair that had the Chiefs outscoring the Grizzlies 20-0. Jaime Vela fanned 11 of 15 batters he faced, and Moses Lake shut out Sunnyside 10-0 in Game 1. Vela took care of business in the top of the first and then got things going offensively as well for the Chiefs, driving in the game's first run. The senior hurler mowed down the order in the second and third innings. Tyson Carstetter beat out a bunt single to lead off the home half of the third and moved to second on a balk. He came around to score on a single by Nathan Ball to make it 2-0 Moses Lake. Ball advanced to second on another balk call and was singled home by Derek Crum, and the Chiefs pushed the score to 3-0. Moses Lake hung 3 on the board in the fourth and 2 each in the fifth and sixth to run away with it. Kevin Cosper got the start and the win in the nightcap. He tossed 5 innings of one-hit ball while punching out 8 Grizzlies. Moses Lake moves to 6-3 and 2 games back of league-leading Wenatchee with the sweep. Warden took 2 games from Soap Lake to kick off Central Washington 2B League play. The Cougars dominated both contests, taking the opener 17-1 and the nightcap 23-1. The team pounded out 33 hits while giving up just 3. Zach LeBounty got the start and the win in Game 1. Zach Askew chalked up the win in Game 2. Warden has won 5 of its last 6 to move to 5-3 overall and into a tie for first with Riverside Christian. Ephrata softball swept a road twin bill at Prosser. The Tigers broke open a 3-3 tie with a 10-run fourth to take the opener 16-9. Ephrata led 4-2 after the first inning was in the books in the nightcap. The Tigers exploded for 16 unanswered runs in the top of the second to cruise to victory. Adriana Simmons had the big stick for Ephrata as she hit for the cycle and drove in 6 runs. The Lady Vikings dropped a home doubleheader to Treasure Valley Saturday. The Chuckers blew out Big Bend 14-4 in the opener. Treasure Valley took an 8-1 lead into the bottom of the fourth. Big Bend threatened to get back in it with 3 runs in the home half of the frame, but that was as close as the team got. The Lady Vikings dropped the nightcap by a 6-2 score. It was the 11th loss in a row for Big Bend, who falls to 4-12 in East Region play. The Lady Vikings are 10-22 overall. Moses Lake softball swept a lopsided doubleheader on the road at Sunnyside by a 26-0 margin. The Chiefs took Game 1 by an 11-0 score and the nightcap 15-0. The win improves Moses Lake to 6-0 in Big Nine League play and 8-0 overall. Moses Lake soccer dropped its 3rd match in a row, losing at Wenatchee 4-1 on Friday. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Kono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cheryl Kono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Our spotlight story tonight is about one of the most popular events of the year, the return of Space Burgers at the Grant County Fairgrounds. Reporter Devin Higgins stopped by the booth and has the story.
The Moses Lake Lioness Club's Little Blue Shack at the Grant County Fairgrounds was abuzz with activity this weekend, and for good reason.
Yes.
Space Burgers! For 3 days only, its most famous finger food was back. Lines formed, orders were placed, and burgers started flying out the door, and Lioness Club member Michelle Becker said it's one of the most anticipated events of the spring.
Well, the Lioness Club has opened up the booth in the spring for quite a few years, and the reason we do it during the spring is that we're raising money for local cancer organizations, Relay for Life, and also the Columbia Basin Cancer Foundation. So all the proceeds from this weekend will go to them. So we've always just done it in the spring, and happy to do it. Everybody loves their Space Burgers, so you can carry them around. They're inexpensive, and I think just everybody loves them.
Becker said what makes the Space Burger unique isn't exactly what's in it, but how it's made. A space-age idea from another Washington landmark.
I know the machines came from the Seattle World's Fair back in 1962, so they're the original machines, and the Lioness have had them for quite a long time, and we're known for our Space Burgers here in Grant County. So I know when we're open during the Grant County Fair, it takes about 250 people for 6 days straight for us to do what we do, and it's a little bit smaller staff this time, but definitely we couldn't do without our volunteers and the Lioness Club.
Kim Melby is not only a longtime customer, but volunteers her time at the Space Burger Shack during the fair. She says it's a rare occasion when someone walks away having bought just one.
Oh, no, my husband said Space Burgers are there today, and I need 20 for my employees. And when I work here in the summer, free day at the fair, everybody comes for 20.
Cassie Keller and Cheyenne Kumbelig like Space Burgers so much that they made the 3.5-hour drive from Port Orchard just to get their hands on one.
I think it's a Moses Lake thing. Definitely. It's a Moses Lake thing, and you can't get them anywhere else. And you can only get them, what, twice a year? Yeah. That makes it even better. I miss them. I had them as a kid every year, and now that I moved away, I come back every year to have them.
With the Lionesses churning out burgers as fast as they can make them, Becker said the important thing is knowing that each one sold will help another person in need.
This year we will have given back about $1 million to the community since we've been doing this, so it's pretty substantial actually. During this opening, we're really hoping to sell 5,000 Space Burgers this weekend. So the sun's out, it's beautiful, and so hopefully we can do that.
If you missed out on a chance to grab a Space Burger, fear not. The Shack will reopen in mid-August as part of the Grant County Fair. In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
We'll be right back after this.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local community since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh-baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
Welcome back. A woman allegedly assaulted Samaritan Hospital staff after yelling she had a bomb in her stomach. Mildred Simmons, a 44-year-old Moses Lake woman, was charged in Grant County Superior Court with assault in the 3rd degree and interfering with a health care facility. The Moses Lake Police reported she was dropped off at Samaritan on April 8th and allegedly began yelling at people about a bomb being in her stomach. She reportedly refused to calm down when contacted by hospital security and attempted to get into secure patient rooms without authorization. According to Moses Lake Police, when security attempted to remove her from the rooms, Simmons allegedly headbutted a security employee, striking him above his left eye. Simmons was arrested and booked into the Grant County Jail after she was checked by medical staff. According to court records, authorities stated they believed she was under the influence of methamphetamine and having a bad reaction. Soap Lake residents had an opportunity to learn more about Grant County Fire District 7 before they vote on whether to annex into the district. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
With talk of annexation in the air in Soap Lake, the Grant County Fire District 7 station opened its doors to the public on Saturday. Firefighters and officials were on hand to answer questions and provide tours of the firehouse. Grant County 7 Chief Kirk Shepard explained the importance of communicating with Soap Lake residents about what the annexation could mean.
Today, the open house is dealing with number one, allowing our residents in Grant County Fire District 7 to come in and see their fire station, because this is their fire station. Number two, it's affording the city of Soap Lake citizens an opportunity to come up and see if the annexation that is potentially being placed on a ballot this fall, if the annexation happens, give them an opportunity to talk to this fire department, see what kind of equipment we have that is going to be their equipment, and give them an opportunity to look the station over, ask questions. The mayor from Soap Lake is here. It's really important for citizens to understand about this specific annexation, because this isn't an annexation of the city taking over anything. This is just an annexation of fire and EMS services for the citizens of Soap Lake to get a different fire and EMS service. So we'll move down and take over providing full EMS and fire service in the city limits. We want the citizens to understand this isn't where the city's trying to come out of the city limits and take over in the county. This is a fire jurisdiction providing a better service to the city and the citizens.
Residents could decide on the change in fire and EMS services in November. In Soap Lake, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
The former lead singer with Santana and a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee headlines the 12th annual Basin Summer Sounds Festival on July 17th and 18th in Ephrata. Greg Rowley will close the concert series at 9 p.m. on Saturday, July 18th. Basin Summer Sounds is held on the front lawn of Grant County Courthouse at 35 C Street Northwest and is billed as the largest free contemporary music and arts festival in the Northwest. The event features a mix of live music, children's activities, visual arts, and a charity 3-on-3 basketball tournament. The event features a car show on Saturday, and food is provided by vendors and a beer garden. The basketball tournament begins at 8 a.m. on Saturday for players from the 3rd grade to adults. A $100 entry fee per team is required, with proceeds going to Ephrata Rotary. Volunteers are still needed to help organize and work at the festival. For more information, contact Elena Lodi at 509-717-5203. And that's going to do it for us here at iFiber One News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.